Welcome to this third video in the series of DFIR. In the previous video, what we did was install some tools that are commonly used by analysts. In the next couple of videos, I'll show you how to use some of those tools. The first one is going to be Nirsoft's Browser History View. So, if you can follow along, you would have downloaded it into your downloads. So I'm just going to open up my downloads and then go to Browser History Viewer. And I'm just going to click on Browser History Viewer.exe, and it'll bring you up the application. As you can see, by default you can look back the last 10 days, but you can change that to 10 hours, 10 minutes, give it a range. There's a number of options you can do. And then you can also select which browsers you want to actually look up. So at the moment I'm only using Chrome because that's the only browser that's installed on this. So if you want to look at the history of all the users on the current system, you use the first option. Now, normally what will happen is you'll get a forensic image of the actual hard drive that you're investigating. So you'll be loading that from like a USB stick or something like that. So I think it's this option here, load history from specific history files. Just click on OK. It's either that one or, yeah, this is the one we want. So for Google, actually a side note here, the history file is actually an SQLite database. So if you have an SQLite installed on your machine, you can actually use that to actually view this database. That also goes for the same for the newer Edge, because that's based off Chrome. So if you're looking for the history file for Chrome, it will always be located on Windows in C users, username, app data, local, Google, Chrome, user data, default, and then history. So as we've only got Chrome installed on this machine, that's the one we're going to actually use. So that would be the same as if I clicked on the local one, but instead I did it this way. So I'll just click on OK, and then I'll just click on OK again, and there you see we have all the history. So there's a number of things you can already see. You can see how many times you visited, as well, how many times a certain website was visited, where it was visited from. So sometimes in that case that could be like maybe a file, or maybe even another URL. So you can see how long it was visited for. There's a number of things, but the easiest way to do is just click here on. We're going to choose. Let's go to this one here, the Zans one. So this one you can see the actual URL, the title of the URL, when it was visited, how many times it was visited, where it was visited from, so that's basically where it was linked from, the browser. So there's a lot of information there. And normally what you do is you take a screenshot of that, because it's a lot nicer looking than, say, the output of a database. So that is really all there is to the browsing history view from Nirsoft. Like I said, if you want to, if you're looking at, what I'll do is I'll actually put in the description the location of the Google history, the Firefox history, and Edge, because they're the most common browsers. I'm sure if you Google, say, location of Brave history, you can find that. But once you have that location, you can just go there and get the history file. Like you could even probably go to somebody else's computer, go into the history file, maybe copy it to a USB stick and then bring it back and then just stick it in and you'll be able to find the history. So I know this video was very quick, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like. And in the next video what we're going to do is we are actually going to look at the event logs, the Windows event logs. So I'll see you in that video.